It's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Hope you guys are having a great day. It is Friday, TGIF. Happy Saturday, wherever you are. Happy morning, afternoon, evening. I have people all over the world that watch, so hi. Hope you guys are having a great day. I'm a little puffy. I am still dealing with a respiratory infection, so my eyes are puffy, my cheeks are puffy. I'm not feeling it. But I'm still going to be here to talk with you about everything going on in the world of David, Janelle, and all other related topics we cover on this channel. So let's talk about what's going on. We all know that David and Janelle have split, and Janelle has moved to Tennessee, and David is stationed at their land, the land, as we call it, where he and his daughter Marissa have been living since Janelle left a couple months ago. Was it a couple months ago? It was November, maybe over a month ago. It's been a while. Anyway, she and David met up in Nashville in November, on November 25th. They were in court to answer to a restraining order that she had taken out against him. And in court, he had not actually been served, but he decided to show up. They ended up having to continue it because he had not been served yet. Then he got served. Then they were back in court last week, and the judge extended the order for another month. So they will meet again up in court in January. But David has entered the clickbait business. And so it looks like Mr. Eason might be short of cash because yesterday this was shared on his Instagram. Land was robbed and ransacked. Swipe up for pictures and info. Which then, if you swiped up, took you to our favorite clickbait site, Champion Daily, where all the teen moms sell their truth. You know, the same place that Jade sold her side of the story about the fight with Ashley. You know what I mean? Like, everyone sells their stories to Champion Daily. Anyways, in the article, he posted, there was a bunch of photos watermarked by Champion Daily, so I will not show you. But this is what he said. It literally looked like people had been in the house and took stuff. That was about it. Here's what he said. When I arrived home on November 27th from Nashville, Tennessee, I immediately knew my house had been broken into. I changed the locks before I left. So whoever broke in had to break in through the back door, which apparently they had a previous experience with. A lot of stuff was taken, including many of my personal belongings. Excuse me. Including many of my personal belongings to be missing as well. It's really low for anyone to steal someone's tools when that's what they use to make a living and that's their livelihood altogether. Not only was the entire house destroyed, but the kids' rooms looked like they were flipped upside down. It took several days to clean it up when I had already been cleaning for a month, try to catch up on things and had been ignored for a while. The house was spotless when I left and came back to this. So then they showed a bunch of photos of, you know, Kaiser's room, kind of like with clothes all over the place. Ensley's room with drawers open with clothes missing and some toys missing. They showed a photo of where their desk was, where previously there had been a computer, stuff taken from the bathroom. They showed Janelle's closet, which was completely empty, like they had taken clothes from the closet and shoes. Wait a minute. It's almost like someone connected to Janelle must have gone to the house while David was in Nashville and maybe collected the things that they left without. Could it be? Could it be that Janelle might have sent a friend to the house to get her clothes and get the kids' clothes and get toys for the kids and belongings like their computers and other things that they had to leave when she fled? And didn't look back and only left with a small suitcase of her stuff after she went to New York? Could it be that? It couldn't be that, right? No, it was a stranger. It was a stranger. They were robbed, right? Yeah, keep going, David. So he says, of course, so they have apparently they have a ring system, and he said, of course, the Wi-Fi had been cut off, so the security cameras were not even working. So the Wi-Fi was cut off because apparently he couldn't pay the bill, which is probably why he sold the story to Champion Daily and put it on his swipe up on his Instagram so he could make some clickbait money. I'm just going with what looks obvious here, David. And then he said, this has all been so stressful, and it's taking some time getting over the fact that people broke in and destroyed my house. Now I live in fear every day that it will happen again and that Marissa, my daughter, will have to see it. I hope they enjoy my boat, my tools, my work trailer, my hunting and fishing equipment. Apparently they needed it more than me. Okay. Then Mr. Pantsy Pants, that's Liar Pants on Fire, went onto Instagram, and then he shared this. But when someone said, I hope you have a good insurance policy, call your insurance agent. And he said, I can't claim anything when it was your ex that came and took everything. Wait a minute. You said you were robbed, and now you're saying your ex just went to the house and collected stuff? You lying. He sells a story to Champion Daily saying he's robbed, and then in the comments says, oh, I can't actually report it because Janelle just came and collected her stuff. Are we stupid? Are people this stupid? So, apparently some are. Anyways, some people will literally believe anything. Okay. So, anyways, I will tell you this. While everything was still going on in Nashville, I spoke to someone connected to Janelle. They told me that while David was in Nashville, they were going to use that opportunity to go to the house to collect all of the things that Janelle had left. Janelle, when she left in October, she did not take any clothes. She packed a suitcase to go to New York, and that was it. She didn't return home after that, and she didn't take anything for the kids. So when the kids and her left, they had nothing. So what they did was they had been trying to figure out a time where they could go to the property. However, David made it damn near impossible for them to go and to feel safe. Thinking that it would be a good time to go when the house was empty, they apparently sent over some friends to collect her belongings and return those belongings to her in Tennessee. So it wasn't really that he was robbed. It was more like this was an opportunity where they were safe, where they could get the stuff, and where they could send it back to Janelle. So the source also told me that some of the stuff that he was using for his business were actually things that she purchased for her own business. So I was told that like the lighting and cameras that he was using related to his business, where he was posting photos and taking images for his like forgery company, like foraging company where he was making knives. I was told that those were actually Janelle's cameras, Janelle's lighting, all of her tools. That was her stuff. So him claiming that apparently she took a bunch of his stuff. I don't know about that. So she's saying they're claiming that he stole the boat. Well, if the boat was joint property, anyone could take that. And it's not really theft if your spouse is actually going in there to take stuff. And it's likely that whoever went in the house did it very quickly because they might have been afraid that the security system was set up, B, that somehow he might have been alerted while they were there. So it's very likely they just went into the house, grabbed all the stuff, took it all, loaded it up, and left. I mean, why are you going to paint it as like I was robbed? David does this all the time. He's always the victim. He was the one that was taking care of the kids. We have to wait for his truth. We got to figure out what happened to him. Like, he was the one that did everything. Janelle was the one that was doing all the bad stuff. She's the one that abused him. It was all Nathan's fault. It was all of her stuff that was taken. It was her computer. It was her electronics. It was her clothing. It was the kids' clothing. It was the kids' toys. They're not taking stuff that wasn't hers. And by the way, he is still staying in a property that was purchased by them jointly. So he doesn't own this property by himself. She is still on the title. She is still on the mortgage. Like, this isn't like, oh, this is my house. No, it's a marital home. And until there's actually a divorce and the property is determined where it's going to go, they both have joint legal access to it. She just clearly doesn't feel safe contacting him based on what he's been doing. I don't blame her. Listen, David is a loose cannon. He's the same person that when he made threats about the government and then Secret Service showed up at his house and he showed a picture on his Instagram of a gun, cradling a gun while he's sleeping. I would, if I were Janelle, like he's threatening the government and threatening police that he'll shoot to kill. Like I would be afraid too. So they're going to do it whenever they can. And it's clear that he needed to sell a story. He needed to use his clickbait. He needed to get money. And everyone I've spoken to that has these clickbait accounts, you make a ton of money. So you can make upwards of $750 per so many clicks that are put onto that. You can get advances of thousands of dollars when you set up these accounts. So he has incentive to, one, use the clickbait, and two, sell the story to Champion Daily, because clearly his Wi-Fi's been cut off. He's got issues with apparently his heating bills, and he's back on child support. There's lots of things that he's got to pay for right now. And I don't think that they have to worry about it happening again with Marissa being around, because I'm pretty sure that they're not going to go back and put Marissa in danger. And this was never a situation where they were in danger. It was literally like Janelle was getting her stuff. So there it is, everyone. David lied again. Liar McLiarson, Swamp Monster, has again fooled you all. Or maybe he didn't fool you all. Most of you weren't fooled. Those of you that sent me the link were like, this is a lie. And I was like, you're right. So I just wanted to bring you the tea this morning. I'll be back later with more. Tell me your thoughts. Do you think David's desperate for selling this story? Do you think it's ridiculous that he would say he was robbed when literally the kids' stuff was taken so they could have clothes and toys? Let me know in the comments below. Bye, guys.